colorful yet absolutely delightful game, Going Under happens to already be one of my favorite games to come out this year. Before I get any further into the video, I'm your host Justin, otherwise known as I Don't Beat Games, and I'm here to bring that nerd culture content right to your monitors. I'd also like to disclose that the game's publisher Team 17 sent me a review copy for Going Under. Not that this will change the review by any means, but I thought that you the viewer should know this. If you enjoyed this video or you're interested in Going Under, you can find all of Team 17's and Aggro Crab Games links in the description below. Going Under is an addicting dungeon crawler game where you play as an unpaid intern whose name is Jackie. Like a lot of us in recent times, Jackie was looking for an internship to attempt to start off her career. She ended up getting called in for a marketing internship at a soda company called Fizzle. Yes, you heard me correctly. That is the actual name of the company, Fizzle. Now Jackie thinks she's getting called in for a regular internship, and well, it's not exactly what she signed up for. Jackie got called in because she was scouted by an employee named Marv who thought she could help out with their demon problem. Obviously, Jackie is getting set up for a lot more than she bargained for. Regarding the controls, I've been playing Going Under on my PC, so I could only really report on that platform. Basically, you use the X and C keys to swap through the 3 item slots Jackie has. You use the WASD keys to move around, while you use the space key for the game's dodge roll, and more importantly, you use the mouse for 2 things, moving the camera angle and you left click to hit enemies. Running dungeons and Going Under is so addicting. There's this constant learning curve, whether it's because you're dying due to missing a hit or because the control of the camera was off. When you die, there's this constant mentality of, nah, we need to run that back one more time, and we all know what happens when you say that. One run turns into 2, which turns into 3, which turns into 4, and so on. You guys get the point, we've all been there. Going Under's dungeons contain various setups for rooms. Some rooms have an acceptable mission, which is a job that typically spawns a bunch of enemies that you need to kill in that room. After you do that, it gives you a crate that drops items. Some rooms simply just have enemies in it already that you need to kill. One room might be a shopkeeper who has perks and food for you to buy, and so on. However, all of these rooms I mentioned basically have so many items that you could pick up and destroy enemies with that it just feels like one big crash course. For me, it didn't become tiring at all. It never once made me feel bored. I was literally having an absolute blast even after the 10th, 11th, or even 12th run of the first dungeon. If you want to pick up a keyboard to hit enemies, by all means, go ahead. If you want to pick up a monitor that has the Mac OS on it, go ahead. Do you like the Mac too much to bring yourself to use that monitor? Fine, use the monitor that has the basic coding for Hello World on it instead. Are monitors or keyboards too basic for you? Fine. Pick up a sword, mace, plant, or whatever you want instead. Having so many options to use as weapons makes your dungeon runs feel both constantly fresh and fun at the same time. It also helps that there's perks in this game to make every single run feel different. There's more than 2 pages worth of perks in Going Under. On top of this, you can find these perks throughout the dungeons to level them up. The incentive for leveling up these perks is that there's an endorse a perk mechanic. This mechanic essentially lets you carry a perk into your dungeon runs. You can change your endorse perk at any time before a run, so don't worry, it's not a permanent option. So if you want a perk that points out boxes with important items, or a perk that gives you an extra heart, or a perk that makes enemies bounce back when you hit them, or even a perk that electrocutes enemies, by all means go ahead, choose your poison. At some point early on within Going Under, Jackie is given an employee phone. This phone allows you to pick up apps in the dungeons. You can view these apps as mini abilities given to you that can only be used so many times. An example, it feels like there's an app for almost everything. There's an app to increase your weapon's durability. There's an app to heal. There's an app to direct you in case you get lost. There's an app to buff Jackie and more. These apps also help make every single run feel different, and they allow you to pick your various combos of apps or weapons or even perks that fit your playstyle. For such a small title, Going Under happens to have such a unique spice to it that it continuously brings me back and makes me want to keep playing. One of the more interesting reoccurring events in Going Under is that there's an NPC called the Entrepreneur that lives within the floors of the dungeons. By the way, he's a vampire. The basic idea of this is while going through a dungeon, you can find him in one of the rooms. He's willing to give you items in exchange for a curse. A curse basically does something to make your life just a little more difficult, plus it adds some sort of spice to your current floor of that dungeon. To give you guys an example of this, for 3 combat accounts encounters, I had to leave behind valuable opportunities. In exchange for that, I got food to heal myself and a perk that makes me move faster and attack faster. When you reach the end of the current floor, the Entrepreneur's Curse lifts, so you begin the next floor curse free. If you're worried, no, you don't have to do this, it's optional, but I thought I'd let you guys know because I thought this was a fun thing to do every now and then. As you make progress within dungeons and you do more runs, you gain a currency called qubits, which are basically usable in Fizzle's headquarters. There's always a bunch of skills that you can purchase using qubits that sit on a desk. These skills that you purchase for Jackie will be found within dungeon runs that you could potentially pick up as part of your run. As the game tells us, basically spend qubits, unlock more skills. Now with all of these good things I mentioned, there's only two things that really brought down my experience, and technically, it doesn't even have to do with the game's content. Simply put, I ended up experiencing a few bugs while recording footage for this video. And trust me, I get it. I know it's an indie game, so it's not going to be perfect, and I've already sent over the footage to the devs. I just wanted to point it out in the video so you guys were aware that there might be a few bugs here or there. Going Under has rapidly grown to become one of my favorite indie games to release this year. There's a huge part of me that wants to keep on playing this game even after this video is live. I thoroughly enjoy not only the aesthetic of this game, but the gameplay too. There's so much to love when it comes to Going Under that it feels special. I'll always appreciate seeing this much love poured into a game that manages to not only be addicting, but fun and a real good time too. And on top of that, it always put a smile on my face while playing it. Hopefully, AggroCrab Games end up working on expanding Going Under to have some sort of DLC, because I'm 100% down to keep having reasons to come back to this game. Going Under is available for PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One for an absolutely amazing price of $19.99. I highly recommend checking this game out. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you really enjoyed this video, hit that sub button. If you have any questions about Going Under, hit that comment section. I got you. I'll answer any question. As always, keep it real with peace, love, and positivity. I'll see y'all next video.